Once again, welcome to the Weeb Lounge. I am Nick, and in this character spotlight, we're taking a look at Shiori. She is a bow archer girl, and there's not much else to say about her, to be honest. Okay, so if you saw the anime, you know that she kind of causes a good bit of trouble when she gets taken over by like shadow demons and possessed and all this kind of thing. And she's like Hatsune's best friend and all this stuff. And she comes across as kind of like a worthless character. And well, I hope that doesn't hold true in the little review here. So let's take a look. First skill is the Tri-Arrow. It is a small physical damage attack to 3 enemies in front and recovers a little bit of her technique points. So the technique point gain, it's okay, and the damage is like weird because the first one does the least damage and the last one does the most damage, but you don't necessarily know where they're going to go because it doesn't necessarily go with the front line. Maybe it does? It's a thing. It's a weird thing. Alright, her skill 2, Wind Arrow, a single target damage attack with a technique point recovery. So it seems like she's going to be a ranged DPS character that has a lot of technique point gain mechanics. So maybe she can get her Union Burst off like really quick compared to other characters. Alright, her EX skill increases her physical attack power, and if she happens to be 5 stars, it greatly increases it. That's pretty straightforward. What about her Union Burst? Her Union Burst is the Enchanted Arrow, a large single target attack that also increases her physical attack power. Now, the physical attack power boost is fairly significant, and the damage it does, well, we're going to find out pretty soon. Now, as of now, she does not have a 6-star equivalent, but she does eventually get special equipment. And it is Hatsune's homemade protection stone. So, you know, she's friends with Hatsune, and Hatsune apparently made her this, and she wears it and does things. Okay, it upgrades her first skill, the Tri-Arrow, to recover a little bit more TP and to scale damage to the first 3 enemies. Okay, so, like I said previously, smallest amount of damage at the back, or the first target, largest at the last target. How that goes, yeah, I always have it on high speed, so like if she's pew-pewing and everything, it's like, I don't know where it's going. I ain't got a clue. Just, yeah. Alright, well, let's go shoot something and steal another spear or 2. Now, Shiori is one of those characters that's like, you know, early on in the game, she's pretty solid when it comes to just, you know, being a, you know, outright DPS character. I mean, it's not bad at all. But the thing is she like long-term good? Let's put it this way. PvP, you don't want her in PvP. She just doesn't do anything. There's that Tri-Arrow. 1, 2, 3, hit the... Okay. It looked like it just went front to back. Now that I actually have time to pay attention to it. It didn't seem like all that much of a difference, but yeah, it's a thing. Kaboom! That was actually pretty weak. Even for the tank character, that was pretty weak. Yeah. Now, one thing that I just noticed right there is that if she has less targets, like only 1, it seems like those arrows, more than 1 will hit a character. Let's see if it happens again. Yep, 2 hit the back. So 1, and then there's only 1 left. She doesn't waste arrows. That's good to know. I never noticed that because I have it always on high speed. But here's the thing. The reason why I keep saying, oh, I never noticed this, or I never noticed this, because I never use her. I never ever use this character, and there's a reason why. She doesn't excel in PvP, and she is flat average nothing in PvE. I don't think there's ever been a strategy I've come across where she's included, but she can act as like a replacement for a ranged physical damage DPS. So, you know, she's not completely worthless, and early on in the game, especially you guys with global, she can be pretty useful. You know, she's just straight damage, and she casts her Union Burst fairly decently quick. So yeah, early on in the game, she's definitely going to be handy, but mid-game, she's going to fall off or just completely disappear. You know, that's what it is. The end game, when you start getting a lot more characters, she'll disappear completely. You won't even consider looking at her. Now, that's not to say at some point she couldn't get the 6-star treatment. It's really hard to gauge who's going to get 6-star treatments and whatnot, but I would have to say this character would be like higher on the candidacy list, just because she's one of the originals. She's been around for a while. She's good friends with Hatsune. Hatsune could put in a good word for her or something, you know, whatever. But I wouldn't hold my breath either. She could be just like absolutely awesome with a 6-star equivalent. I mean, if all of her stats were like really, really buffed and that Union Burst got that upgraded 6-star treatment, I can see her being just ridiculous. But right now, she's ridiculously average. Ridiculously average. That's sad. It's a cute character, too. I mean, kind of plain, but I kind of like the plain characters or whatever. She's cute. It's all right. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button. If you happen to have Shiori and you just started on the global version or just installing the game, not a bad idea to throw some EXP and stuff her way just to kind of have her fill a gap for you. But you know, don't go wild, don't go crazy leveling her up, because at the moment, you know, when you hit that mid game, late game, she's not going to be used, if ever at all. We'll see you in the next video.